Hello again. Right, hang on to those pieces of paper. I'll tell you what to do with them in a little while. Now, is anyone feeling hungry? I'm starting to feel a little bit hungry. It's 11 o'clock. It's a while since I had my breakfast. Sometimes our tummies get so empty that they grumble and they shout at you to feed them. Well, it's a good time for a snack right now. And I've got something here. Now, maybe I could share it with you. I don't know if you'll all get enough to eat from it. Now, I've just counted roughly how many people I think are on the screen. Can't see all of you, but there's about 90. So let's have a look at what I've got here. What have I got in my bag here? A few crackers and some cheese. That's Ben's favourite snack. And I've got a banana. So that's it. I could chop them up into really tiny pieces, and you could all have a tiny little bit of cracker and tiny little bit of cheese and a tiny little bit of banana. Not sure it's going to go very far, and I don't think you'd have very satisfied tummies. Do you think you'd be satisfied with a tiny little bit of cracker? Probably not. Now, food is pretty amazing, really. It's something that we can't live without. And when we give our bodies food, it helps them to grow and to work properly, gives us energy. And we don't really have to do much, really. God made our bodies amazing. And our bodies can do amazing things with the food that we give it. And our story today is all to do with food. Surprise, surprise. Now, remember, we're learning about meals with Jesus. Some of you have got this book, and we're on story 3 now from your books. And in story 3, there's 4 different days of activities that you can do, and there's some pretty cool activities. One that involves your favourite food treat, so that is one to get your parents to do. And you can read all about today's story. One sec. Hey, can you plug me in? My battery's just about to go. Sorry, that's bad planning. Yeah, that's all right. It's going to be plugged in. Okay. So you can read all about today's story in your Bible in Matthew 14, Mark 6, Luke 9, and John 6. It's the only meal that is told in all 4 of the Gospels. So it's quite a cool one. It's quite an important one. So Jesus, he was tired. We all get tired sometimes, don't we? And he took his friends away to rest and to be alone together. But Jesus was doing and saying so many amazing things that people found out where he was, and they followed him. And thousands of people came to hear Jesus, to talk about God and to be healed. And the day went on, and people's tummies started to rumble. And I expect Jesus' friends were hungry too. And they suggested to Jesus that they send the people away to go and find some food. But do you know what Jesus said? He said, "You give them something to eat." Hang on a minute. They were in the middle of nowhere. There were no McDonald's round the corner, no Tesco Express, and definitely no Deliveroo. And they didn't have any money either. And do you know how many people there were? Well, it says in the Bible that there were 5,000 men, just men. That doesn't include the fact that there might have been children or women there as well. So there would have been more than 5,000 people. Now, I did a funny thing this week, and I counted up how many children there are in all the primary and all the secondary schools in Nailsea and Backwell. And some of those are quite big schools. And that was still not 5,000 people. So if you got all the children together from Nailsea and Backwell, that would still not be 5,000 people. So it's a lot of people. Now, the disciples looked around to see what food they had, and this is what they mustered together. They found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loaves of bread, and they found 2 fish. Now their fish wouldn't have looked like this. They wouldn't have been tuna in a tin. They didn't have tins. They would have been proper fish. That's what they found. So now you need your piece of paper and pen. And what you're going to do is you're going to write a really big 5 and a really big 2. Now just wait a minute, wait to see mine, and then you'll see kind of roughly how big they need to be. You've got your 5 here. So 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. Okay, so can you see that? So your 5 and your 2 needs to take up the whole piece of paper. So a nice big 5 and a nice big 2. Okay, so we'll come back to that in a bit. So they said to Jesus, that's all we've got, 5 loaves and 2 fish. That much to feed over 5,000 people is even more crazy than me trying to feed 90 of you with my little bag here. Well, Jesus being Jesus, he didn't panic. He took the food and he thanked God for the food. Then the disciples gave out the food to everyone. They gave out the bread. There you go. Gave out the bread to all the people. And that was rather tasty. We all like a good bit of bread, and the bread just kept coming. Not just 5 loaves. I don't know how many loaves there would have been, but quite a lot of bread. And then they gave out the fish. Not just 2 tins of fish, or not just 2 basketfuls of fish, but basketful after basketful after basketful of fish just kept appearing, and everyone ate and everyone was satisfied. Their tummies were full, and their tummies were so full that there was even food left over. Now, if I gave thanks to God for my little bag of food here, do you think ordinarily I could feed all of you and you would be satisfied? Probably not. Does anyone know why Jesus could do it though? Anyone got any thoughts as to why Jesus was able to do that? Jesus could do that because he is God. Do you remember at Christmas, we remember that God came down to earth as a baby. And Emmanuel, which is a word we use at Christmas, means God with us. And God was with those 5,000 people as a man, as Jesus. And because he made everything, he was able to feed everyone until they were satisfied. He was able to give them everything that they needed. And he will always provide for us too, when we love and trust him. So to help us remember this story, let's go back to our 5 and our 2, and I'm going to show you something clever. Okay, right. Maybe use a different coloured pen, if you like. And on our 5, we're going to add a handle just coming down there like that. And on the bottom bit of the 5, we're going to make that into a circle, and that's going to be a basket. So this is the main bit of our basket, and I'm going to put some lines across it like this to make it look like a basket, and then put some lines across this way as well. Give it a sort of hatched design because they would have weaved their baskets. Yours can look even better than mine because you'll have cool colours. And in that basket, they had 5 loaves. So you can draw your 5 loaves, one there, one there, one there, one there, and one there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so you've got your 5 loaves of bread in there in your basket. And with the 2, they had 2 fish, didn't they? So down the bottom, we're going to make that into a tail. And then the top bit becomes the head. And on the head, you can put an eye and a mouth, little fins, and some scales on his tail. So there we have it. We've got 5 loaves of bread in a basket and 2 fish. So you can remember that, use that picture to help you remember how Jesus fed thousands of people with just 5 loaves and 2 fish. And how could he do that? Because he is God, and God provides for all our needs. So we're going to sing in a minute. We're going to sing Lord, I lift your name on high. So it's the funked up version. So enjoy that. See if you can remember some of the actions. And I'll see you soon. Bye.